All right, guys. So we are going to go over how to write an offer. We just did how to make your templates, and now we're going to go over how to write an offer when you are ready. So you're going to start here, Rein MLS, and then you're going to click here to matrix. That's going to bring you up here. So clearly you'll already have the address for the house that you want to write an offer on because we're just doing this willy-nilly. Let's just go to new listings, and I'll just pick one. Let's say I'm Raleigh. Cool. So I'm going to duplicate this tab because I want to be able to refer back to it. And then I'm going to click here on this magic button. Magic. So keep in mind, I represent the buyer on this. So we are going to do this. We're going to do the buyer's Juju package. This one that we just did. Now you guys can do whatever you want with these first two. You can go in and add information if you want to. I don't think it's necessary. And I try to avoid any unnecessary steps. So I go through these. I stop here though on the third page to add my contacts. So my contacts are going to be my buyers. So I'm going to have Barry Buyer. His email just happens to be my email. His preferred signature is Barry Buyer, and his preferred initials are BB. Go ahead and save. And then Barry also has a wife who's also buying this, and her name is Betty Buyer, who also happens to have my same email address. All right, hit save. And then the next two, I just kind of skip through because it is easier for me to go through all the forms once I get here and once I click here. So these are the forms that we started, with the template. But when I import the data from Rein, you'll see here, it imports a lot of the information already. So then the contract becomes very easy to fill out. We need to add the date, which is today's date. But you can see it already uploaded the seller's information, the listing firm, their MLS ID number, all sorts of information. So my buyer's in here, let's just say they're doing $1,000 EMD, an online payment to Jones Walker and Lake. Now let's see. All right. So this one is listed at $425. So let's just say we're doing $425,000 is what we're offering. And just to make it easy, we're doing $425,000 financed by the VA loan. What I'm looking for right here is just making sure that it's simple ownership and not a condo, because I do see that it is in a property owners association and what that fee is. So if my buyer wanted settlement expenses and we were in a market that allowed it, or we were writing an offer that allowed it, what I do is I click here and I click on clause, office clauses, and these are available to all of you, and seller to pay however much closing costs we are asking for. So whether it's 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, whatever number you want. So they are going to apply for their mortgage within 7 days to Atlantic Bay, because that's who they've been pre-approved through. And at this point, I've talked to their lender. And if I don't already have a letter from their lender for $425,000, I am getting one, which you should be too. My buyer does intend to occupy this property as their primary residence. It's not served on a septic system. You can look that up right here. In this description, you see sewer, city, county. So they want to close by March 20th. So let's do the 19th. And I've talked to their loan officer, and their loan officer says, yep, no problem. We can absolutely do that for them. Make sure you're getting that information from your loan officer. So we don't need anything there. They do want to get a survey. It's new financing, and they're using their VA loan. If it was HUD or FHA, you need to put the sales price right there. But these guys aren't their VA, so we just mark that. Property condition. This house was great. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. We didn't see anything in there that we wanted to have done prior to home inspection. They have physically been in the property. Fire, all of that looks good. Went over all of this with my buyer. They said it all looks good. Septic system. And again, guys, this is just pretend. It's not served by septic system. Walk through, you want the seller to be responsible. It's not in a condo. And we know that by looking here at the ownership type. This condo, it's a condo. But it is in a property owners association. And the estimated fees are $77 a month. It's not a co-op though. They do want a home inspection. You can look at the siding, fiber, cement, and wood. So no EFIS. It was built in 1980. So lead-based paint is NA as well. And then we can look at what's conveying. So what is under the appliances? We've got a dishwasher, disposal. I'm using just one right now. A gas range, refrigerator, just one. Washer, dryer, microwave. And what you can do too is sometimes you go into a house and you forget what it has. So you can come back here and look at the pictures. So I like to have it up. I reference back to it quite frequently. Let's look. It doesn't look like a gas range actually. So it's mislabeled in the listing. It actually looks like an electric range. All right. And buyers love their designs. They want the blinds, curtains, strips, and hardware to all convey. And then you guys see, is there a fireplace? Yep, there's two. So what do those fireplaces look like? What sort of fireplaces are we looking at? Let's see if we can find pictures of them. I am not seeing the fireplaces. I have a feeling that might be. Is that the living room? It looks like maybe right there. No. All right, y'all, I'm not seeing fireplaces, but you mark whatever is appropriate there. No garage, there's no garage door openers or remotes. This one is not a Keller Williams, so we'll mark that one. It's in a native 65 decibel air zone and not in a crash zone. Mhm. All right. So that is the purchase agreement for Betty Buyer and Barry Buyer. So we're going to save, and then we're going to fill out the property inspection contingency addendum, which everything is already filled out. We're just making sure that nothing has changed. They actually only want 7 days to do their home inspection, so we can go ahead and change that. So my keyboard does not act up. There we go. So you guys, anything that you put in your template, when you're actually doing the actual offer, you can edit it, which is important to know. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I know they're not in a condo, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete that. Cool. What I want to check is if they have the Property Owners Association addendum already in here. They do, so we don't need it in ours as well. So I'm going to take all 3 of these and click on my basket, click on my pen, and this is what's going to start the digital signing program. I always choose single sign because it's a first come, first serve, but then I always wait to be the last one to sign until after my client signs. The participants, I want Barry Buyer, Betty Buyer, and myself. Make sure you sign as a remote signer as well. And now we're going to look at the documents. So the documents we currently have in here are our 3. But we do want to add documents from here, and it's the documents that have already been uploaded to the MLS by the listing agent. These are documents, D-Port, AQs, and lead when it's applicable. It's very, very important that the seller signs first. You don't want the buyer ever sign those forms first. All right, so now we've got all of our forms. You can order them in whichever way you want. Sounds good to me. I don't know why it's flagging these, but I guess it's a good thing. Looks fine. Usually it doesn't do this, guys. Bear with me. All right, then we're going to click here on step 4, which is design. It does always take a little while. All right, so what's great about this program is it automatically puts in your client's initials on everything that was in your template, basically. With the exception of Keller Williams stocks when you're doing the buyer's consultation. So your initials are look good. When I'm scrolling through that for real, I always double check and make sure that everything looks good in the offer. Making sure that all of my boxes are checked, the writing is the way that I want it. So here, what I have here is I come back here and I see the SBC is 3%. So I come to markup and grab a little text tool. And I say 3. If you want, you can make it bigger. So this was uploaded by the sellers. So this is a property owners association addendum. Then we come here and we select the buyer. I start with one buyer first. So Barry buyer is going to initial there. He's also going to initial here. And we come to markup. And actually, before I go to markup, I'm going to go to drag and drop and have him select that he authorizes me to receive it on his behalf. And then I'm going to come to markup. It really doesn't matter which line you do this on. The gist is going to be the same. So put all that information there. You come back here to drag and drop, sign, Barry buyer. I'm going to markup again here. Sorry guys, my keyboard keeps acting up. Okay. Barry buyer signs here. The auto date will fill in. Sign here. Date here. And that's that. So now it's time for Betty buyer. Here. All right, and then you select yourself. Go back to Betty. All right, and that's it. And then you hit next. And you send invitations, and they will get an invitation to be able to sign the contract. And then you'll get notification once they sign each time. You'll get a notification once it's complete. And once it's complete, then you'll be able to download it straight either from the email link or coming back in here and viewing it in your signings. And that is the basic gist of writing an offer, guys. Have a good one.